Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so happy to be here with you today. I have a really fun fold card for you to make today. We are using the Elephant Parade bundle this week, and this is my final project of the week. It is my 5th video on YouTube today, and I am making a panel card that is a spanner panel card. So it's a little bit different. It's a 3-stage card, and it's a really wow for people that get it. So I used the Beautiful Host paper pack that's in the annual catalog, and it is a gorgeous pack of paper. So the first step of this card, you have the cute little girl elephant. Isn't that paper bow just adorable? And I do have a video showing you how to shade your elephants and how to color them with the Stampin' Blends and make them look good. So check out that video. It will be in my entire playlist. When today's video goes live, the playlist should go live, and you can watch all 6 videos, the one on how to shade the elephants, and then all 5 of this week's videos. But when you first open the card, you can see the words "you are," and I used Amazing Phrasings, which is from our SALE-a-bration level 2 stamp set. So it says "you are amazing," and then you can flip that up and then see now you have a different pattern inside. So you have stripes, now you have this polka dotted pattern. So "you are amazing," and then if you flip the little elephant up, it says "woohoo, you did it." So it's a 3-piece card. So that's the hidden where you can write. There's the amazing, and then here's the "you are." And if you stand it up, it shows the "you are amazing." It looks like that "you are" is just floating, but isn't it the cutest? Now this background right here, I got that from the Scallop Contour dies. You guys know I love these. It's another one of those shape die sets that I tell you please get because it is well worth getting. The Elephant Parade stamp set comes with dies that cuts all of these out. If you get the bundle, you get dies that cut all these images out, and you get grass, these cute little paper bows that I used on here, and also these adorable little peanuts. So definitely check out this bundle. Check out the Amazing Phrasing. You can get that free with a $100 purchase in the US, and the Scallop Contour dies are always a favorite of mine. I use them quite a bit when I do videos. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this really cool card. I'm going to put it over here in the corner. So the base of our card is Old Olive, and it's a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch. And we are going to go ahead and use the bone folder. It's scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and meet the corners so that they touch. I'm going to hold on to them, and then I'm going to burnish down that score line. So this is the base of our card, okay? We're going to do a little bit of cutting with our paper trimmer. So I'm going to bring the paper trimmer up here to the top so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And this little score line right here is going to be our guide, okay? We want to cut from here down and from the score line down. So the first thing I'm gonna do is open my paper trimmer, and on this side, the short side of the line, there's some markings. We're gonna do 1 1/4 inches. So I'm gonna put this at 1 1/4 inches on that side. And I'm gonna score, this is the scoring, I mean, not scoring, this is the cutting blade, the darker one. Let me show you the light one on this end. This is the scoring blade, and this is the cutting blade. So we are going to cut from the bottom of the card up to the score mark, which is at the 4 1/4 inch mark. You can use your guide here to help you. So you can stop at the 4 1/4, bring it back down. Now I'm going to bring this card to this end to the 1 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to close this. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide up, and I'm going to stop right at the 4 1/4 inch mark, just like that. Bring it back. And now you have these 2 flaps right at that score mark that forms our little spanner. That's all the cutting that you need to do with your paper trimmer. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. So on the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our window sheet, and you can purchase these in my online store, and we're gonna glue it to the back of these two flap pieces. So this is gonna stay in, and we're gonna glue it right here along this end. And I'm gonna use my seal adhesive to glue this down, okay? So I'm just gonna grab here, and I'm gonna run a line of my seal adhesive. Make sure I got it going. I'm gonna actually do 3 lines because I have quite a bit of window sheet there. I'm gonna do this side the same because we really want it to stay nice and stuck, and this is a nice strong glue. Now this piece of window sheet is 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. And so we are gonna attach that on this end right up along this edge. And then we're gonna let it fall right here, right up along that edge. So we're gonna just press that down, and it's gonna be on the back end of the inside. So that's what forms our little spanner section. Here's section 2 and section 3. Okay, so on the first section, where we just attached this window sheet, on these 2 strips that we cut, we are going to attach the strips that have the stripes. Okay, so here they are. This is our, the name is now just escaped my thoughts. I can't even think of the name of this color, and I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my goodness, what color is that? Blackberry Bliss, Blackberry Bliss. Goodness gracious. So all of our mats are Blackberry Bliss. And so this piece here, I believe, is 1 1/8 inch. Yes, 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. And that is gonna be attached right here on each side. So you have to get 2 of those, 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then the DSP is a 1 inch by 4 inch, and then that's gonna get glued right on top of there. So let me bring my silicone mat in. I'm gonna move the card out of the way. Hopefully you can still see my little elephant there. And we are gonna just put adhesive. I'm gonna actually use the wet glue. So this is the 1 inch by 4 inch, and it's getting glued onto the 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the glue all at once. All right. I'm gonna grab my tweezers to lift that up. And we're gonna go ahead and attach that right onto these pieces of cardstock. All right. Let's do the other one. So those 2 layers are now going to get attached onto the front of our card. Put some wet adhesive on the backs of those. And now this is the piece that shows from the outside of our card. So I'm going to grab my tweezers. And I will attach this piece onto this old olive piece. And you just want to leave the same edge all the way around. Do the same thing on this side, right here. Okay, so that is this flap. Now we're gonna stamp the words "You Are" onto this small scrap of basic white cardstock, and it is going to be stamped with our Blushing Bride. So I'm just going to ink that up, and we'll stamp it down right here. Okay, and I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to fussy cut that out in a minute. Let me clean my stamp. I'm going to get all of this stamping done so it'll be done. So let's clean that. And then on the outside here, you can see it says amazing, and that's going to be on another piece of cardstock. So, and that one's going to be with our balmy blue. So we're going to grab the word amazing. We're going to ink that up. And that is going to be stamped onto this scrap here. And this piece, I believe, is 1 by 2 7/8. Let me make sure it's nice and inked. Got all the sides. We're going to press that down. And we're going to let that dry. And that way, that part's done. All right, we're going to come back to these ink pads in a little bit when we do the inside, but right now, that's what we need for the outside. So I wanted to get that part done. Let's go ahead and fussy cut the word "you are." And I'm just going to work my way around, just leaving a little border of white all the way around my word. And this is the piece that's going to get glued onto our window sheet. So I'm going to cut each word separate. There's kind of too big of a gap in between them, and I didn't want so much white, so I decided to cut each word separately. And so I'm just, you know, moving my paper like I do when I fussy cut, and kind of leaving my scissor in one place. I just actually put pressure on the blade to just bring it down, but all the work is done with this other hand here. I'm going to just dip in and out, not really tightly, just enough so that you can see each letter. So I'm just slightly dipping down into these pieces, and we're almost done with the word "you." So let's just finish around this Y, and then we'll do the R. So "you are amazing." All right, let's do the R now. So we're gonna work our way around this piece and around the R here. And now this one I am gonna come in a little bit, but not all the way up, just a point right here and around, just like that. And almost done. Let's dip down next to that A. Not too much, but just enough. And go around that little dip in the A, and I think we're good to go. So there's the "you are." I'm gonna glue that down in a little bit. You see how the blue is drying really nicely? So now let's work on the second part, which is where this amazing is gonna sit. So we have two pieces. Again, I'm using the Blackberry Bliss, and then this is going to be the matte. It's our DSP from the host pack. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pieces together. Now, for this panel, let me give you the dimensions. The center panel, the cardstock is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8, and the DSP is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. Okay, so we're going to attach those two together. And then just a tiny little border of that Blackberry Bliss around. This is such a pretty designer series paper, don't you think? So then we're gonna lift this flap up, and then this is gonna get glued right here on this panel. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna use the wet adhesive again. You're gonna go ahead and attach this. Let me move it up so you guys can see. Right here. And it leaves a tiny little border all the way around of Old Olive. All right, so now at the bottom, I have this little piece, this strip that I just used a scrap. It's Daffodil Delight. I'm not exactly sure the exact size. I think it was 1 inch by 2 7/8. And then this piece is going to get glued right down here. And I'm going to leave that Blackberry Bliss showing at the bottom. And then we're going to glue the word amazing over the top like this. So let's go ahead and put adhesive onto this piece of daffodil, and then we'll stick the "You Are Amazing" to that. I want to leave a little border at the top where the little scallop is, because I think that that's pretty. And I'm going to make sure that this is stuck nice. And then I'm going to trim the edges. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to trim this little edge so that it's even with this piece of daffodil. All right. So now we're going to attach this word amazing down at the bottom. I don't think we need quite so much white space, so I'm just going to grab my little guillotine cutter. I keep it on my desk, and I'm just going to trim a little bit of that off. There we go. Just a tiny hair of that. Make sure that it's nice and straight. There we go. All right. So that is the word amazing. And then this is going to get attached right down here. So let's put some glue on the back of it. Again, I love this wet glue, so that's what I'm going to use. And you can see why I use my silicone mat, because I like to go off the edge and make messes. All right, so I want that Blackberry Bliss to show at the bottom. So I'm definitely going to leave that Blackberry Bliss there, and then I'm just going to press that amazing in place. All right, so let's bring this down now that we have the word amazing, and we are going to make sure there's nothing stuck to our window sheet. Static likes to stick to window sheets, so anything you have sticking around, little fuzzes, anything likes to stick there. So we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to use the wet adhesive again. Actually, I'm going to use the seal. I'm going to run it right over the top and get that nice and sticky. And then this silicone mat should get whatever's left and stays in between those letters. Okay, so we're going to attach the "You Are," and we want to make sure the flap is down, just like I did here. And then we're going to place the "You Are" so that it fits right here among the amazing part. So there's the "You" and here's the "Are." There we go. So far we have "You Are Amazing." Now we're going to take our cute little, oh my gosh, how cute is this elephant? And I have a video showing you how to shade and do all the Stampin' Blend coloring on this elephant. So we're going to use some dimensionals to pop this cute little elephant up. I'm going to use a mini here. Use the minis because you guys know I overuse dimensionals. It's like my my claim to fame. But I just like to make sure that my pieces are nice and stable. Okay, so then we're going to take your pick tool. We'll pull the backs off, and then we'll add her little paper bow. Isn't she so cute? Oh my gosh, I just love her. All right, so we're gonna take her and put her right here. So she is kind of like just dancing along, and she's blowing these peanuts in the air. So I have 2 peanuts that I have stamped. I colored those with crumb cake, with the light and dark crumb cake. I colored the whole peanut with the light crumb cake, and then with the dark crumb cake, I went over the lines in a couple spots. And I want these peanuts to be nice and stable too, so I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals on each one of those, of the minis. One at the bottom and one a little bit higher. And then we'll go ahead and glue these little guys down. So let me pull the backs off. All right. So these little peanuts, I want it to look like she's blowing them in the air. So I want this one kind of overlapping her trunk slightly. And then this one is getting blown in this direction. She is blowing them with her little snout. And then the paper bow is so cute, isn't it? So I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to put a dot of glue in that middle section. It doesn't need glue all over it. So I'm just going to put a small dot right there in the center. And I'm going to use my tweezers and grab, and look at how cute she is. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. So put that there, and at the end we'll add a little baby rhinestone when we do the rhinestones on the front. So this is what we have so far. So we have "You Are Amazing." Now we need to put our panels in here. Okay, so before we attach these panels down, we want to go ahead and attach our base. Now our base piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it's going to get attached right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use my seal adhesive, and I'm going to attach it in to the base of the card. Make sure that it's nice and even all the way around. Now, this is my flap, and I have to stamp my words inside, and they say, "Woohoo, you did it." So in order to fit it in there, I'm going to use this as my guide. I'm just going to do a very light pencil mark on both sides so that I know where the card ends, just like that. I'm going to take my Blushing Bride again, and we're going to get the word "woohoo," which is the biggest one. So we're going to start with that one, and I'm going to make sure that it's stamped in between those 2 pencil lines. I'm actually going to move this so it's not uneven, and I'm going to bring it down so I can see a little better. Let me ink it back up. All right. So we're going to add that right here in between those 2 pencil marks. This is such a cute stamp set. So it says "woohoo." And then underneath that in Balmy Blue, we're going to put "You Did It." So let me get my stamp cleaner. And let's grab the "You Did It," which is right here. So I'm going to ink just that word up. Okay. We're going to bring that down where I can see what I'm doing. We're going to put that right underneath the "woohoo." Just center it as best you can. How cute is that? Let's clean our stamp. All right. Now we can erase our pencil marks, and I use a really good quality mechanical pencil, and I like to use a good quality eraser. This is a high polymer eraser by Pentel, and it's a white eraser, and it removes pencil lines perfectly. You can see, you can't even see that. So let's go ahead and glue our 2 pieces next. So I'm going to put this panel down. You can see it covers up the "woohoo." And now we're going to glue our inside pieces. So this piece for the bottom layer, the cardstock, the Blackberry Bliss, is 1 inch by 4 inches. And the DSP is 7/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring in my silicone mat again. And we're going to lay these, flip that over. And we're going to put the wet adhesive on the back of my DSP. And we'll do it on both of them at the same time. Close it. I'm going to use my tweezer to pick that up. Attach that onto my layer of my Blackberry Bliss. There is one. Let's do the other. And just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put the adhesive on the back of these 2 pieces. Same wet adhesive. I love the wiggle room it gives me. So we're going to go ahead and put that on here. And let's do the other one. And then I will glue them into my card with that middle panel down so that you can get a really good placement. So make sure that your little elephant section is down. And the way that these work is these scallops have to go downward. So they're bowed. The dot scallops go downward. So we're gonna start with this one. Put this one right here in this corner. And I'm gonna use this as my guide. And it sticks to the white panel, and you have white on either side. And it's even with the top and the bottom. Let's put it this way. And then let's do the same thing here. Again, the two sides show the white, and the top and the bottom is even. So that's how you know you have your placement there. So let's go ahead and put that down. Okay, so the final step is the rhinestones. And I am using some larger and smaller depending on what I feel at the moment. I always, and I have some of these are quite old, but they still work. So I'm gonna grab my putty end, and I'm gonna take one of these big ones and put it over here, maybe right there. And then maybe a medium one and put it on this side a little bit farther down. And then on her bow, I want her to have one of these tiny ones because I wanted her to have some sparkle because she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's so cute, guys. I love her. Look how cute she is. So it says, "You are amazing." And then there's your inside. And then there's your woohoo. You could put your message on the inside. What do you guys think of this card? It's a really fun card. It's not hard to make. I hope that you guys like it. I always do a fun fold card on Fridays, so you can always tune in to my YouTube and see my fun fold on Friday. Definitely check out my blog. I do post close-ups of these cards so that you can see them. And I do blog on a daily basis. Thanks for being here. If you would like to make this video, you can always hit the share button and put it on your Pinterest. Pinterest is one of the options YouTube gives you when you go to share. So if you click on Pinterest, it'll open your Pinterest account. If you need to sign in, you sign in. If you're already signed in, it will take you right to your Pinterest, and then you can choose a board or make a new board and add this video to a board. Maybe that is called projects to make or something like that, or Inky hands, whatever you want to name your board so that you know you can make your projects. Again, we're using the Elephant Parade bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies, and I paired it with the amazing phrasing and of course my scallop contour dies. You guys know I love these dies. So definitely check out my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. How about a thumbs up? All of those things just help me bring you more videos. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, that you guys are happy with my content. I always welcome suggestions. Just be kind. And I appreciate you guys being here with me. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just let me know. And I appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!